السلام عليكم تلاميذ تلميذات كي دايرين لاباس عليكم. So hope you're doing well. On today's lesson we are going to work on conditionals. We are going to study conditionals type 0 and 1. So let's get started. So for conditional type 0, okay, so generally speaking, to get an idea about conditionals, right, they are sentences that state condition and an outcome of that condition. So let's start with conditional type 0. So all conditional sentences, generally speaking, they consist of what we call the if clause and the main clause. If clause and the main clause, okay? The main clause states the result, okay? And the if clause states the condition. Right, so let's have a look at the form of the type 0. It's F plus simple present, and in the main clause we use simple present. So it's F plus simple present, simple present. So let's have examples so as to understand more. If the temperature falls below 0 Celsius, water turns into ice. If the temperature falls below 0 Celsius, water turns into ice. Okay, right. So دائما إذا كانت الحرارة أقل من الصفر الماء يصبح جليد. Okay, so this is a general fact or a scientific facts. Okay, right. We can start again. We can even start with the main clause and say water turns into ice if the temperature falls below 0 Celsius. So as you can notice here, either in the if clause or the main clause, we use the simple present. Okay, here in the first one, we use the verb to fall, right? Okay, falls. And here in the second one, we use the verb to turn into. Okay, then let's have a look at another example. If you don't water the flowers, they die. If you don't water the flowers, they die. Again, we used F clause, the main clause, we used in both simple present. Or we can start with the main clause and say, flowers die if you don't water them. If you can notice in all this, in both examples, that we use the comma after the if clause. If we start with the if clause, we use the comma and then we write the main clause. But if we start by the main clause, we don't use a comma. So this is something we have to notice and pay attention to, right? So for this, when do we use conditional type 0? So of course you can infer or you can understand from these examples that we use conditional type 0, right, with something which is always true, for something that is always true. Okay, so as you can notice in these examples, okay, these are scientific facts. Okay, these are things that happen, okay, which means the result will never change or does not change. Okay, if the temperature falls below 0 Celsius, water turns into ice. If you don't water the flowers, of course they die. So this is, okay, these are facts. Okay, they are, it's generally speaking, it's all the time true. Okay, so that's why we call it type 0. Right, now let's move and discover the second one, conditional type 1. Conditional type 1 Of course, all conditionals consist of the if clause and the main clause, right? So it's the same thing, right? Okay, in terms of the structure of if clause, main clause, or we can start again with the main clause, then if clause, right? Okay, just in conditional type 1, we start with if plus simple present, okay? The difference is that in the main clause we use simple future, okay? As you can see here, we use simple future. If plus simple present in the if clause. In the main clause we use simple future. Let's have examples. If you drive too fast, you will have an accident. If you drive too fast, you will have an accident. Or we can start by the main clause and say, you will have an accident if you drive too fast. Let's have a look at the next example. If the weather is nice, we will go for a picnic. If the weather is nice, we will go for a picnic. Or, she will never trust you if you don't apologize. She will never trust you if you don't apologize. So, as you can notice in these examples that we use conditional type 1 for, right, likely actions to happen in the present, for real actions in the present, or likely actions likely actions that are likely to happen in the present or in the future. Okay, of course, if you drive too fast, okay, you are running the risk with a very high percentage of having an accident. Okay. If the weather is nice, we will go for a picnic, which means, okay, this is right, okay, this is something that is likely to take place, that is likely to happen, okay? She will never trust you if you don't apologize, okay? So, as you can notice here again, we can start by the main clause or by the if clause. So, that's it for today. A big thank you. Okay, so I will send you this video, and at the same time I will send you later a task for practice. So thank you. Take care to yourselves.